Well, good morning. Welcome back to the job site. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a non-illuminated sign up on that wall. The sign right now is in that box. Just individual letters. Very nice. So this shouldn't be too crazy. It's just I have a time crunch. I have to do this before it starts raining, which is going to happen any minute. So let's get busy. Alrighty. Right now it's almost a perfect day to be outside. It's not hot, it's not cold. So basically I just got to find the center of this wall, which is basically the center of these windows. So I'm just going to mark a nice level line. That's what I call precision eyeballing. That's my center. Just transfer that up as close to the middle as I can. We're 94, 37. Big ass pattern. Tape going first. One pro tip is don't skimp on your duct tape. Get the good stuff. This is always like the most awkward part. Just kind of eyeballing center. More or less get this hung up. And then adjust it as needed. This is honestly the hardest part of doing these types of signs. So I'm going to make a little hole in my pattern right where my two center lines intersect so that I can see it. So I'm pretty good centered left to right. I just got to bring it down a little bit, which I think the right side has to come down anyway. Let's check my level. Pretty sure the left's got to come up and the right's got to come down. Yes, quite a bit. That up there. Close. It's nice about a nice big wide wall like this. You can be off a little bit. Like my tolerance, personal tolerance, is like within a 1/4 inch. Ooh, that's perfect. Lock it down, drill some holes. I mean, it's a point of pride to get it nuts on, but sometimes like it's just not worth it. Like there, I'm within a 1/4 inch. Could be more perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's gonna be a nice big flashy sign. Not illuminated, but it's gonna look really cool. It's brushed aluminum, stud mounted, and painted a very nice colored blue, I think. Adjust that top a little bit. Alright, retrieve my cord. Just kind of dropped it in a bush. Get my 3/16 out. I may have to drill these out the quarter, just depends on how well they fit. Okay, start drilling. I just don't want to drill too much into this wall. We have 2-inch studs, so we're going to go about 2 1/4. Just give myself enough space. It's going to be a lot of drilling. Whew. I think I'm going to do a time lapse of this. Save a little bit of time because it's just that. About another 45 times, so we'll do that. So all the drilling's done. This pattern down and go get some letters, and I gotta clean this wall off. Fun times installing signs. Sure do make a good mess. Go grab my vacuum and my brush and clean this wall off. Alright. I really need to change the filter on this. This mostly just A, cleans the dust off the wall, but B, gets the dust out of the holes. Getting Riveting content. Guy vacuums wall. I know, that's why I clicked on this video to watch me vacuum a wall. I don't know, there's weirder stuff on the internet. Yeah, there it goes. Do I have another battery up here? I thought I did. Oh well. We'll abandon the vacuum. I mean, if I were like epoxying bolts and stuff in the wall or using the holes to adhere, like if it was stood off the wall and that's my only point of contact is those holes, I'd make sure they were really clean. But this is just going to be siliconed on the wall. And these holes are more of a guide than to really hold the weight of the sign on it. It's kind of a common misconception. They do kind of hold the weight, but not really as much as you think. All right, well that's pretty darn clean. You definitely don't want a dusty wall to silicone a sign onto, otherwise it's just going to stick to the dust. Okay, we'll get some letters. All right. Well, I think I have about a little over half of the letters. Just don't want to get too cramped up here. So these are our letters. Very fancy and not very heavy. So you just spin the studs into the holes that were already drilled in the back of the sign, tapped by the manufacturer. Blobs of silicone. Yeah, I'm glad I drilled those out a quarter. So I had them at 3/16, and I'm like, yeah, there's way too many to line up perfectly. Especially when you're drilling in concrete, the bit has a tendency to walk. So even though you start it like right where it's supposed to be, it's gonna move just a little bit. So I drill big holes, or slightly bigger, like a 3/8 hole would just been sloppy and unnecessary. Glob, glob, glob. Give me an up or a down on this. It really matters. It's good. This sign's gonna look awesome. I do like doing these signs. They're honestly very easy to install, and they look really, really cool for a non-illuminated sign anyways. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I have to explain about this, so I'm just probably gonna do another time-lapse here, save a little bit of time. So you don't have to listen to me just waffle on about sign installation. This thing I wipe very lightly. Yeah, this sign looks awesome. I do like a brushed aluminum sign, especially when they anodize it or paint it like this. It looks so nice. So this particular sign is so high up you'll never really notice that it's brushed. And the closest you can really look at it is probably, I don't know, 35 feet away. Yeah, this could have just been PVC letters, painted PVC letters, and look just as fine. And then do a fancy sign like this on the interior where you're going to be looking at it all day long. And it's more eye level, so you can see all the expensive signage you just bought and really appreciate it. Oh well, I'm not a designer, I just install them. One minor detail. Boop. There we go. Nice dimensional sign install on a almost rainy day down here in Kent, Washington for Viking Supply Net. So that's really all I got to say about this one. This is a pretty straightforward, almost ideal situation for a sign like this on a concrete wall. Well, I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you in the next one.